Welcome to part 2 of my presentation, Microaggressions in Special Education, from Theory to Practice. I'm Caius Smallhouse, and today I'll guide you through actionable strategies to address microaggressions in educational settings, particularly in special education. In part 1, we explored the concept of microaggressions, subtle, often unintentional remarks or actions that marginalize individuals based on their identity. These are especially impactful in special education where assumptions and stereotypes can limit opportunities for students. We also discussed their impact. Microaggressions harm students' self esteem, reduce academic engagement, and perpetuate systemic inequities. Critical race theory, or CRT, provides a framework to understand these subtle biases within education systems. Now, in part 2, we'll focus on putting this theory into practice with actionable strategies to create more inclusive classrooms. Let's begin with a common scenario. A teacher assumes a student with a learning disability can't grasp advanced concepts, so they oversimplify assignments. This limits the student's growth and reinforces harmful stereotypes. How can we address this? One solution is training educators on Universal Design for Learning, or UDL. This framework emphasizes creating flexible learning environments that accommodate individual needs. Regular bias check sessions can also help teachers recognize and challenge their assumptions. Another area where microaggressions occur is in individualized education program or IEP meetings. Caregivers often feel dismissed when their concerns are labeled as emotional or uninformed. This undermines trust and collaboration. To address this, schools can train staff on inclusive communication techniques. For example, structured opportunities for caregiver input during meetings ensure that their voices are heard and respected. Microaggressions aren't limited to teachers. Students can also unintentionally marginalize their peers. For instance, a student might say, "Why do you need that if you're normal?" when referring to an assistive device. To address peer-to-peer microaggressions, educators can facilitate classroom empathy exercises like role-playing. Restorative practices, such as restorative circles, can also help repair harm and build understanding among students. Beyond individual scenarios, schools can implement broader strategies to foster inclusivity. First, incorporate diverse perspectives in teaching materials. When students see their identities reflected in lessons, it fosters a sense of belonging. Second, provide regular anti-bias training for staff. These sessions encourage educators to reflect on their practices and adopt more inclusive approaches. Finally, establish district-wide policies for reporting and addressing microaggressions. Clear procedures ensure accountability and consistency across schools. Inclusion begins with awareness, but it takes deliberate action to create lasting change. By addressing microaggressions, we can transform classrooms into spaces where every student feels respected and valued. I encourage you to start by reviewing your school's policies and fostering open discussions about inclusion with your colleagues and students. Together, we can make a difference. Here are the references that informed this presentation. These sources provide valuable insights into microaggressions, their impact, and strategies to address them in educational contexts. Thank you for watching this presentation on microaggressions in special education. Let's work together to build more inclusive and supporting learning environments for all students.